I'm really excited. So as I was thinking of scientists in kindergarten, I started thinking about what you need to be alive. And I was recently on a trip and I saw this really cool animal. It's one of my favorites.
Sloth.
And you might know this animal.
A sloth.
It might be in a movie that you know really well. And
Zootopia. Yeah. A
this
fox.
Very.
A bunny.
I'm gonna wait. I love.
Penguin.
I need to have hands when you want to talk. Great. I'm gonna let you have lots of chances to talk, but right now you're gonna listen to me. Okay, scientists. So hands down. We are going to read a book about one of my favorite animals, the sloth.
Yes. We already knew that.
Tell a neighbor, what do you already know about sloths? Turn and talk. What do you already know?
I know sloths that like food. And they eat trees. And they look very
Scientists, back to me in 3. Voices off in 2. Eyes up here in 1. I love how you turned back around, Ethan. Thank you. Wow, that was a great countdown. That was really respectful. Thank you for doing that. That's going to be my signal to you to come back after you've talked to your neighbor. Heard lots of interesting observations and thoughts about sloths, which is great, about how they move, what they look like, where they live. Here's what I want you to be thinking about as I read the story. What does a sloth need to stay alive? Have that question in your mind. And when you hear or see clues about what the sloth needs to stay alive, I want you to give me a thumbs up signal. So practice that. What are you going to do if you hear or see clues about what the sloth needs to stay alive? You're going to give me a thumbs up. Great. Okay. Here we go. Slowly, 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 said the sloth. That is the name of the book by Eric Carle. Slowly, 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 a sloth crawled along the branch of a tree. Oh, I see some signals.
I see a cork.
I see some silent signals. Thank you, scientists. What does a sloth need to stay alive? Slowly, 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 the sloth ate a leaf. Oh, lots of thumbs. Lots of silent thumbs. Thanks, scientists. Slowly, 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 the sloth fell asleep. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Slowly, 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 the sloth yawns and said, "That's just how I like to do things. Slowly, slowly, slowly." Scientists, try to think of 2 things that the sloth needs to stay alive. Turn and talk. What are 2 things the sloth needs to stay alive? Ethan, what's one thing your group talked about that a sloth needs to stay alive? It eats leaves.
Oh, I knew that.
The sloth eats leaves. So what does the sloth need to stay alive?
Leaves. A tree.
A tree? Well, we'll get to the tree. The leaf, what do we use? We don't eat leaves, really. Sometimes we do.
use
What do we need to stay alive?
I forgot. Food.
Food. So I'm going to put the leaf here, and I'm going to call this food. Our sloth needs food to stay alive. What else does our sloth need to stay alive?
I know.
Arden, what's one of the... This is where he lives, right? We're going to learn a scientific word for this.
Yeah.
Habitat. Can you tell your friend the word habitat?
Habitat. I do know that word.
His tree is his habitat.
I know the word already. Me too. Me too. I used to. I watch all the penguins.
And I want to come back to...
I watch.
Scientists, back to me. We're almost done.
Aww.
This cloud shows that we breathe, and we breathe air. Air for breathing. There's actually something special in the air that we breathe. Does anyone, it starts with an O. It's a science word. Something special that we read about. We do this at night. The sloth during the day. It sleeps. It sleeps.
That
So
doesn't
put
start
that.
with the O.
He sleeps during the day.
But that doesn't
During
start
the day.
with the O.
And that's called nocturnal. Can you say that word? Nocturnal.
That doesn't start
Sleep
with
in the
O.
day and you're up at night.
That does not start with the O.
So, tell your friend next to you 3 things the sloth needs to stay alive. 1, 2, 3 on your fingers. Tell your friend. I have a friend who sent me some cockroaches. And it's my turn to send her some caterpillars. I have 20 caterpillars that I need to send my friend. And she lives all the way, we're here, she lives all the way in Florida. Give me a pinky wave if you've heard of Florida or been to Florida. Voices up, thanks. Voices up, thanks. I have to send my caterpillars in containers so they stay alive all the way on a plane ride to Florida so that my friend can see what kinds of butterflies. She's doing an experiment. She wants to see what kind of butterflies our caterpillars make because she lives all the way in Florida.
Are they real?
So these, my caterpillars, the live ones, are in my house, but I have models because we don't want to damage the caterpillars. I have models, examples of the pretend caterpillars, and I have supplies, and what I need from you is thinking about how we can keep my caterpillar alive during this really long plane ride. It might even take a couple days because it's going to go in the mail. I need you to make a caterpillar container that will keep my caterpillar alive. I'm going to give you a box of supplies. You can't use the box, but anything in the box you can use to make your caterpillar container. There's a caterpillar in there, a model of one, and you're going to be working with your partners. I have some extra materials too if you run out that you need more. You don't have to use everything in here, okay? There's lots of different things that you can use, lots of different kinds of supplies.
I don't even want to make
And you need to think about what the caterpillar needs to stay alive. Because I do not want to send her dead caterpillars. That will not help her. And then we're going to come back and you're going to share what you made and talk about why you know your caterpillar is going to stay alive. What did you do to make sure when you made your container that the caterpillar will stay alive? Do you have any questions? Ethan? Or you're already thinking of solutions? Great. And there's materials in here that you can cut up, you can draw on, you can do what you want to the materials, except the box. The box needs to stay, because this is just a way for me to give you supplies. You can't send the caterpillar in the box. Yes.
They need leaves to eat.
Okay, so think about how would you do that? You're already thinking of solutions.
If you give leaves to the caterpillar, then it will eat it.
I don't know. What do you think?
Maybe put a lot of leaves in there so he can eat them.
This is great thinking. I'm going to let you guys go do your thinking with your partners. You're going to go back to your tables in just a second, and then we're going to pass out your materials.
It would need a bed.
You need a bed? What else?
I need a bed.
Some food? Okay, what are you going to do about food? What's the blue thing?
A pillow.
A pillow. Are you making a bed? Interesting. What?
Tunnel for it.
A tunnel? Why?
Because caterpillar needs a home.
It needs a home. What was going to be for the caterpillar?
It's a bathroom.
The bathroom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Haley, just stab it in the middle.
Why don't you stand up and show it? You stand up right where?
Well, we put the yellow rock in there for the sun, and we put the blue rock in there for the water, and we put a lot of foam and pink fuzz in there, and breathing holes so it can breathe. And we put a lot of clouds on it.
Wow. Okay. So you really made sure that I had everything up here so that your
And we
caterpillar
had
stay alive.
a little playground right here when he wants to go out to play.
So when he comes out, but he won't escape from here unless someone's watching him.
Yeah.
All right. Great. Thank you, scientist.